Hi, I'm RJ. Welcome to my channel where I post my unboxings as well as share my reviews of the books I've read. It's already March, so I am here to share with you my book wrap-up for February. So the first book that I read in February was Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. So this book, I gave a 4-star rating. It was good. I really enjoyed reading it. So basically what I feel about the book is that it is a balance of charm as well as teenage angst, and there's a lot of positive vibes to it. What I feel about this book is actually it's an adorable politics kind of book, and also about love between Maya, a Muslim girl, and Jamie, a Jewish boy, standing up to what they believe in. It's a refreshing story that emphasizes people from different religious backgrounds can actually work together towards the same goal and actually realize they're not quite different at all. I was a little bit nervous with the politic aspect since honestly I've not a clue about the political things, because the politics in the America, in the US, is way different from where I am. I love the representation that both authors actually point out. You know, Ramadan is a fasting month for the Muslim, as well as a Bat Mitzvah, Jewish coming of age. Another thing that I like about Yes, No, Maybe So is also their messy family and friendship, which just makes it so real. It's not like, you know, really a made-up story kind, even though it's fiction, but you know, you can feel that the reality of what some of them experience is also what a normal human being or a normal teenager would experience in their life. So it is a strong 4 stars for me for this book, Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. The next book is Villains Never Die by Nick DeWolf. I really need to tell you to read this book. This book is my first 5-star book of the year. So it just shows that in January I didn't really read a lot of good books. Well, I did, it's just that this is like a solid 5 for me. This story is told through several characters' point of view, which I enjoyed since I get to know each character in depth with what's going on through their minds during each scene. And basically it's very relatable to the real world. It's where a world being divided between the good and bad. Well, in this book it's more of like superheroes and villains, but in the real world we don't really say that, you know, superheroes and villains, but I mean, you know, there are good and bad, some sort of like, I don't know, companies or people, or you know, you get what I mean. So Nick, the author, incorporated the fantasy and the real world issues very well. There are heroes and villains in our real world, just that they don't wear capes, as you know. And you know, the main characters, I guess, what's the name, Captain Turbo and Mr. Dendrite, or Dr. Dendrite. Yeah, I love the chemistry between them. So from the name I think you can tell Captain Turbo is the superhero and Dr. Dendrite is the villain. And one of the many reasons that I give 5 stars is that the vibe that I'm getting while reading, it reads like an old comic book. I mean, it's not in a comic settings, but it kind of gives me that nostalgic feeling while reading this book. And the humor, the sarcasm, and the interaction between the characters were amazing. There were no dull moments. So Villains Never Die by Nick DeWolf. Okay, continuing on with the superhero kind of theme, the next one is The Good Guys by Darren Chen. This is a book by a local author. The author reached out to me and to review the book. It is fantastic. I gave it a 5 as well, a solid 5-star. And I'm not really picky with book, I guess. I'm not picky, but also I'm not the kind of person who gives like a lot of stars easily for books. But the 2 books really stood out for me. in terms of the storyline and the message behind the book. This is a different take on a superhero story. So basically this is about realizing that, you know, even superheroes need some downtime. Like there is a rehabilitation center for just superheroes, and it's such an interesting take on these common superhero stories, because you don't, like, for superhero or villains kind of story, you don't emphasize that, you know, there's always downtime. Usually they just, you know, like epic fights and then like the interaction between them, but you don't have that kind of take whereby they are humans as well and they need to, you know, relieve the stress, or, you know, they need some help with issues that going through, maybe traumatic events while fighting and stuff like that. So we often watch or read superheroes saving the world, the epic fight with the villains while destroying the place during the fight. You know what I mean? If you watch like Marvel or DC, the place is always destroyed. He has written such an amazing story and also interesting take on common superhero stories. So basically this story is in a city, Singapore, yes, that's my home country, where some of these majestic superheroes are broken in their own way. The stories of traumas, pain, losses, while being in a safe place called the Vault. The Vault is a secret underground center for superheroes to, well, it's like a rehab. Okay, so it's also like a sanctuary for superheroes to recuperate. And until something happened, a death occurs and they found themselves in lockdown. That's another thing that was really relatable, because there are still some countries that still is in the lockdown. We are not already, which I guess we're lucky. And yeah, so it's really relatable. I love this book so much. It's not just another superhero story. I think it's really deeper than that, and I highly recommend this book, guys. Really, by Darren Chen, The Good Guys. I will leave you with one quote that really stood out for me from the book. I have it written here. So, people want us to carry on like it isn't a burden on our shoulders. It's the constant expectation of, well, of all of that. No one thinks of what happens after we stagger out of a fight. So that, I don't know if it is relatable to you, but it is for me, especially you know, after reading this book. I think, yeah, it's, guys, come on, get this book. It's highly recommended. 5 solid stars from me. Okay, so the next book is called The Crowns of Crosswall, and it is a book that I received from NetGalley for free to write a review, and the author is called D.E. Knight, and it is on my iPad, which I'm just gonna try to get really quickly because my camera is dying. Okay, so it is yeah, this is the book, well, ebook. So this is like an alternative to Harry Potter. I love the concept of the book. The starting off, the beginning of the book really reminded me of Harry Potter, but it keeps you wanting to read more, and then after a while the setting is just its own. Like it's not like a 100% copy of Harry Potter whatsoever. No, it's not. I had an amazing whimsical adventure reading this book. Oh, before that, I give it 5 stars as well. I didn't want the journey to end. This is a series, and I've already gotten an approval for the second book through NetGalley, so I can't wait for that. I'm probably reading it this month. So the magic system in the story is very unique, one that I've not come across before. It's an imaginative world of magic, like quills, dragons, castles, and queens. And as you really can see, that it's not really Harry Potter-ish. And I love the fact that it's quills. Like, instead of wands, you get your magic through your quills. And you know, I love reading about each character and the development. The main character, Ivy Lovely, through her magical adventures, she's so likable, and there's a spunk to her. Like she's, I don't know, she just gives me that aura. I have a mind wonder while reading, and it really brings back sort of, you know, when you're young and you started reading. Well, it is a middle grade book, which I honestly have no problems with that. I mean, I'm turning 30 and I'm still reading middle grade books, so and I really still enjoy it. I keep repeating that there are similarities between this book and Harry Potter, but to tell you the truth, this book holds its own and I highly recommend it. You should have a read on it if you know you've already read all your Harry Potter books and you just want to have a different alternative. That's the book I really recommend. 5 stars for me. Next book, and it's the last book that I read in February, is called Tweet Cute by Emma Lord, and this book is just really cute. It's well, Twitter. I don't have a Twitter, so I'm not really sure about the world of Twitter, but I think it is heavily influenced in terms of you know, the banter in Twitter, like, you know, memes and stuff like that. It's really cute, it's really charming. It is about teenagers, and where one has a family business of a sandwich, kind of like from a grandma kind of business, and then the other is this huge companies like a Burger King kind of thing. So they have this Twitter war, and which then of course turn into love story. It's really cute. I really like it. I don't know whether I wanted to give 4 or 5, so I'm still, it's between 4 or 5, and yeah, it's really cute. It's a charming book. I would recommend it if you want to go for like a really relaxed kind of book, that you just want to just relax and chill and just read a book that you don't have to really think. There are a lot of memes in there, so yeah, it's really cute, and I keep saying it's cute because it's tweet cute. So yeah, I recommend it. Read it, and I think you will like it. Those are the 5 books that I read in February. Tell me what is your favorite, which book is your favorite, or which book you planning to read. It's in your TBR. We can chat, we can, I don't know, you can comment and we'll chat about it. I like sharing views, so I guess that's all. So I do have an Instagram, it's called Books Blues, and I share the books that I've read, or my current reads, or even different merchandises from small businesses. You can check it out. I'll put it up here, and I don't know how to link it, but I probably link it in the description below. So yeah, let's be friends, and I guess that's all from me today. Thank you for watching.